Just suppose there was a revolution in Australia and we were all in danger, and our children were in danger of being kidnapped and held to ransom or shot, as happens to people in Iraq and Syria and places, and we fled. What would we want to happen to us and our children?
My name is Rod Bauer. I am the Archdeacon of the Central Coast.
My name's Ken Canning, Burraga Gutcha.
My name's Mark Isaacs. I'm a freelance writer and a community worker with asylum seekers in Sydney.
My name is Robin de Crespigny and I am an author and filmmaker.
So my name is David Isaacs and I support the pledge.
The pledge for immediate release and settlement for all those suffering at our hands.
We should stop punishing them. So we should let them out of detention. I don't think there's any doubt that that's what I feel morally we should be doing. As to what then happens, we can't expect them to go back to the country they fled from. That's in international law, that's not allowed to send them back. We're pretending that we're giving them the choice, but we're trying to make them go back to their country. And then the alternatives that we're offering them are ghastly.
In years to come, we will be apologising to people.
We're quite naturally, if you look at Aboriginal Australia, over 500 different nations, we're multicultural. It's natural to us, multiculturalism. So we don't have this xenophobia that our federal government has.
And mandatory detention.
Mandatory detention is unnecessary. People that flee their own country and take the risks that we all know are involved by crossing the ocean to get here are doing it because they're desperate, not because they're dangerous.
I mean, the facilities and such, so people live in tents. Tents are adjacent to each other, so there's no privacy, and the guards, security guards, can just walk in through the tents and often do.
These places are factories for mental illness. They're destroying human lives and they must be closed immediately.
And the tents are anything between 30 and 120 metres from the wash and toilet facilities. So, and that's not very well lit at night. So if you're in your tents in the night and you need to go to the toilet, or you're menstruating, or you've got a child that needs to go to the toilet, you have to brave that distance to get running water. And lots of people are scared to do that. Rightly so, because women have been raped there. And so some women would rather lie in bed and wet the bed than brave that 100 metres, and who can blame them? Then they have to they have to dry their mattresses out in the open air afterwards, so there's a smell of urine. I mean, but very demeaning for people, absolutely horrible for them.
Raise the refugee intake substantially.
For our very wealthy nation, only to take 13,500 refugees per year is in itself a crime against humanity.
I will take in 12,000. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's, we're part of a group that are bombing that country. We're only going to take 12,000. It's ridiculous.
We could do it for half the money we are spending keeping people incarcerated on Nauru and destroying their lives.
Safe and just passage of asylum seekers to Australia with no punishment based on means of arrival.
We shouldn't be punishing people for daring to seek a better life in Australia.
The terrorists will come by boat. Terrorists come business class on Qantas, or they're already here. They do not risk their mission on a leaky boat at all.
We're responsible for the refugee problem. We're part of a coalition of the willing to kill foreign people and drive them out of their countries in their own lands, and when they're seeking refugee status, we knock them back.
We should give permanent settlement visas, citizenship with full rights, including work and family reunion.
It is not possible in a modern secular democracy such as Australia to have two classes of citizens. Those who come to this place and are found to be refugees and are welcomed into our land should have equal status and visas that reflect their status in our community.
This is something that we did, and we can right that wrong.
Part of my interest, if you like, is for the Australian people. I am deeply concerned for the Australian people and for the condition of their hearts. I'm a priest, so my concern is for the internal person. And I'm concerned for the Australian people, how we as a people could have such a lack of compassion